Graduates may be seated. On behalf of the Kennedy faculty, the school district administration, and the Board of Education, I am proud and happy to welcome you to the 32nd commencement ceremony in the history of John F. Kennedy High School. More than 4,000 members are present for 31 years of dignity and decorum that have preceded tonight's program. We have made a deliberate effort to make this program a formal and ceremonious event, because it is an event that marks a turning point in each graduate's life. Tonight, the tradition of graduation is extended to include 355 more young people who soon will become members of the Bloomington Kennedy alumni. I would also like to thank all of you in the audience, more than 4,000 members, parents, and significant adults who have been so supportive in our mutual effort to provide a strong educational foundation that will allow these graduating seniors to meet the challenges of the 21st century. It is well documented that young people who have positive adults participating in their lives can overcome life's challenges and become successful. I'm sure that most everyone here in the audience this evening has been an important adult in the lives of our seniors, and we thank you for supporting and pushing them to reach this goal. I can assure you, adults in the audience, that our future is in good hands, judging the members of the class of 1997, because there are many talented and capable young people who have already begun to build their leadership and performance skills to lead us in the future. For you graduates, I will say that you can do more than you think you can. The next time you're faced with a challenge and you say, "I can't do this," I ask you to remember the number of times that you've already met that challenge, said, "I can't do this," and not only have you done it, but you've done it well. And let that be the challenge to you that says you can do more than you think you can. Also tonight, you will see that many of our faculty members are participating in many ways in our ceremony. Their participation is recognition of their involvement in the lives of these young people during their 4 years at Kennedy High School. It is a way of thanking them for their service and dedication to these young people. And I also thank you, faculty members, for your willingness to participate tonight in this final ceremony for these members of the class of 1997. These teachers and the other platform guests have much experience in graduation ceremonies. In fact, their apparel this evening reflects their own academic accomplishments in college, undergraduate, and graduate degree programs. I refer you to the last 2 pages of our program for an explanation of the graduate hoods, which represent academic graduate degrees in various academic fields, as well as the colleges or universities at which these degrees were earned. Our own Kennedy tradition stretches more than 32 years, but the pomp and dignity of graduation really goes back 7 centuries to the first time that people decided it was appropriate to honor academic achievement in a dignified manner. Tonight, we as graduating students, faculty, and parents are doing our part to continue the tradition by presenting the Bloomington Kennedy class of 1997. It is my pleasure this evening to introduce our platform guests. Starting on my right, Board Member Tim Culver, Board Member Karen Arazi, Board Member Chris Scanlon, Board Vice Chair Janet Fitzgerald, Superintendent of Schools Tim Connors. On my left, Board Member Jim Sorum, Board Chair Arlene Bush, Assistant Superintendent Dr. Jim Peterson, Assistant Principal Joe Dolan, and Assistant Principal Sylvia Lagerquist. Reading names this evening will be retiring English teacher Bill Sullivan and English teacher Pat Fatchett. I want to take this opportunity to also recognize and thank Sylvia Lagerquist for planning and coordinating this ceremony this evening. At this time, it is an honor to introduce to you a person who, through his leadership and personal dedication, has made a noticeable and measurable difference in the educational programs for all Bloomington students. Our Superintendent of Schools for the Bloomington Public Schools, Mr. Tim Connors.
Thank you, Mr. Donahue. It's a privilege to be here on behalf of the community and on behalf of the school board, the mayor, the city council, and the community at large to extend our congratulations to the members of the class of 1997 and their achievements that are represented by their graduating this evening. I'd also like to take this opportunity on behalf of the community to thank the parents and adults of the members of the graduating class, and thank you for a job well done in providing the guidance and leadership and encouragement that has enabled your sons and daughters to be successful this evening. And a special thanks go out to the Kennedy staff, who take a great deal of pride in their school and in working with the graduates and all of the youngsters that have gone through the schools over the year. I'd like to also thank all of the employees of the school department, because it's not just the Kennedy staff that is responsible for the achievements of our young people that we're recognizing this evening, but it's all of our employees that have worked in the schools from kindergarten on through the senior year in enabling our young people to achieve, hopefully, the kind of education that will enable them to go forward and to improve the quality of life, not only for themselves, but for the community. As I listened to Mr. Donahue, he referenced the need for hard work. I would add a couple of things to that. I think as you as graduates sit out there this evening, you should reflect on the fact that you have been successful, and being successful is a choice. It doesn't happen just because of the process of osmosis. It happens because somewhere along the line, you, your parents, and others have said, I will graduate from high school. You had a plan, you worked hard, and as a result, you're here this evening and are celebrating your graduation. I would ask that as you look to tomorrow, remember that in life there's no days off. You have to continue to work hard. You need to ensure that you set some goals that are going to stretch you a little bit and cause you to work harder, and then you need to have a plan to accomplish those goals. And if you do that, you can be successful. Above all, in this world, you need to be a positive thinker. You need to be optimistic about the future, about your role in the future, and about what you're going to do to make a difference for yourself and for the community. So set some goals, have a plan, and strive forward to become all that you can become. You should keep in mind that whatever it is life holds in store for you, you can focus on that, you can make a difference. Just as you have been successful in getting to this point in your life, on behalf of the community, we wish you well and success in the future. Congratulations to all of you.
time has come to say goodbye. We have shared so many hopes and fears. When I think of all the times that we've been through, I'll remember you. Through the years. It's time to see the past behind. Very soon tomorrow will be here. I can face the future knowing in my heart I'll remember you. Through the years, you'll live within my heart. I'll recall the laughter and the tears. Now I wish you all the best that life can give. I'll remember you. Through the years. Even though the years may come and go, still our friendship will not disappear. We will be together in our memories. I'll remember you. Through the years, you'll live within my heart. I'll recall the laughter and the tears. Now I wish you all the best that life can give. I'll remember you. Through the years. Now I wish you all the best that life can give. I'll remember you. I'll remember you.
As members of the senior class of 1997, we are very proud of our school, our teachers, and our classmates. Although we are very excited and somewhat anxious about this evening, we are also saddened to think that this is the end of our high school career and it's the last time that we will all be together. Our class would now like to thank the staff for the support and encouragement that they have given us throughout the years.
We all have our own special memories from the past years that we have shared. Some of those will have created an everlasting impression, perhaps an inspiration for us to always be the best we can. Some of our memories will be of times forever past, but truly we're storing in our hearts and minds. We, at Kennedy, believe that students themselves have the most important messages to offer their classmates during graduation. Therefore, members of the graduating class have been chosen as speakers at commencement.
This year, as in previous years, a graduation speech competition was organized and offered to all members of the senior class. Students entering the competition were judged on the appropriateness of their messages, originality, and speaking style. We are proud tonight to introduce you to the 3 members of the class of 1997 who will be the principal speakers in this ceremony.
Members of the class of 1997, parents, teachers, and other friends, we are pleased to present you with our commencement speakers who will speak on behalf of the senior class. This year, our first speaker will be Amanda Prestegard. She will be followed by Pat Casey. The last speaker will be Amanda Smith.
Graduates, families, friends, and faculty, John F. Kennedy once said, "Much has been given to us, therefore, much is expected from us." For 4 years, we have been given the opportunity to achieve goals set by our teachers, coaches, parents, and friends. Through their support and discipline, we have learned to believe in and discipline ourselves to earn the seats we are sitting in today. Granted, for some it has been an easy task to get to graduation day, but for many, the path to success has had more than its share of dead ends and detours. Yet, no matter which road you chose or which road chose you, they all stop here. We will move forward from today, no longer students, but alumni. And it is because of the environment that we have grown up in over the last 4 years that we have pulled through and are ready to move on. But first, let's revel in the moment we have prepared for the last 12 years of our lives. Through our activities, our backgrounds, our friends, and our choices, we have formed groups that have separated us from one another. But right here, right now, we are all the same. We are the 343 members of the Bloomington John F. Kennedy Senior High School's 1997 graduating class. And after tonight, we will go our separate ways, on new paths forged by what we have achieved tonight. Our teachers have let go, our coaches have said goodbye, our friends have prepared to leave us, and we have prepared to leave them. We have left behind standards for next year's student body to live up to, goals for them to reach. And though I'm sure they could never outscream our senior chants at any Pep Fest, I know Kennedy will continue to be one of the best high schools in the state of Minnesota if they simply follow our lead, because we led by excellent example. Thanking every member of the faculty that has left an impression on us would be impossible, but I think that being here tonight is thanks enough. It means we obeyed their instructions, understood their teachings, and benefited from their experience. No one ever said it was their job to care, but they did anyways, and for that we owe them more than we could ever repay. And not to be forgotten, one group that is easily taken advantage of and rarely given glory is our parents. Without their love and support and occasional nagging, it would have been extremely hard to get here today. I know we've made them proud. I will end the same way I began. Remember, we are so fortunate to have had the learning and growing environment we did for the past 4 years, the most important so far in our lives. The biggest thank you we can ever give to all the people who have helped us over those years is to take this diploma and use it to the best of our abilities. And that doesn't necessarily mean going to college either. It means we can't give up on ourselves now or ever stagnate. Many of the students that began this journey with us did not cross the finish line. We have been smart enough to make it this far. Never doubt we can make it even further. Throughout life, we should be in a constant state of teaching and learning. Setting examples for those around us is a perfect response to John F. Kennedy's statement. Much has been given to us. It is time to return the favor. Congratulations to you all, and best of luck in the future.
Good evening, and yo, 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 what up, boys and girls? When I sat down to write this speech, I thought a nice way to begin would be, I remember my first day of high school, but then I realized that I can't say that because I actually have no recollection of that day. Don't get me wrong, I'm not stupid or anything. I usually have a pretty good memory. It's just that so many things have happened since that day. So many remarkable things. I just don't have room in my head to remember it all. I mean, I've learned a lot. I've made a lot of new friends. I've had a lot of good times. I've gained a lot of wonderful memories. We all have. But now, my fellow graduates, is not the time to remember. Now is the time to forget. For 18 years, we have been children living in a miniature, structured world. We've had parents to buy us cool stuff and bail us out when we get in over our heads. We've had all kinds of authority figures watching out for us and taking care of us. Most of us have been, high school for us has been a dollhouse. Most of us have been Ken and Barbie, living in Barbie's dream house and collecting cool little Barbie accessories like those sparking rollerblades. Life has been like the real world, but smaller and cuter. Our childhood, up until this moment, has just been a rehearsal for our adulthood. And you know what? As of this moment, we are adults, no matter how scary that might sound, and whether we like it or not. We've lived our dollhouse lives. Now we get the rare chance to start over. And for some of us, that means a chance to move past old failures and start over with a clean slate. For others, it means we have to stop reliving old glories and actually accomplish something again. It's time to forget about our dollhouse lives and go out into the real world and get some real lives where the big people live. Now, some of you might think that I'm trying to belittle your accomplishments by saying that you should forget about them, that high school has just been practice for real life. I'm not saying that. I'm proud of my high school accomplishments too. But the fact is, no matter how proud we are of what we've done in high school, if you look at the grand scheme of things, none of those things matter anymore. I'm going to be brutally honest with you. Once you leave Bloomington, no one's going to care how cool you were in high school. The world forgets your high school achievements very quickly. After you graduate, you're not the captain of the football team anymore. You're just some guy. After tonight, I'm not the valedictorian anymore. I'm just some schmo. Our grade point averages don't follow us into adult life. No one cares if Michael Jordan scores 30 points a practice. They only care if Michael Jordan scores 30 points a game. We get the same deal. And for us, ladies and gentlemen, after 18 long years of practice, it's finally game time. It's time to step it up and see if we can play with the big boys. Maybe one of us can score 40 points a game in the big game of life. Maybe you. The ball's in your court. See what you can do with it. It's game time.
Living is easy with your eyes closed, misunderstanding all you see. These are the words of a great man assassinated in December of 1980. His name was John Lennon. As we go our separate ways and begin life, whether it is in school, in the armed forces, or on the job, we need to remember the wisdom in these words. We all must open our eyes to the changes and challenges ahead of us. For some of us, high school will be the best years of our lives, but for many, it will pale in comparison to what lies ahead. Anyone can close their eyes and simply survive. The real challenge is learning how to live with your eyes open. Looking back to the 9th grade, most of us were still trying to open our eyes after the shock of the dreaded junior high. Small and self-conscious, high school loomed large before us. 4 years seemed like a lifetime. We thought it would take forever to arrive at today. Boy, were we wrong. Time couldn't have gone by any faster if it had been a ride on the wild thing at Valley Fair. Maybe with the exception of that last quarter. But it's finally over, and here we are. It's amazing how far we've come since freshman year. But this is only the beginning, and we still have far to go. It seems that until now, we've always been on the outside, with our noses pressed against the window. Now is our chance to get inside and find out what life is all about. We may look to the past for strength and inspiration, but we all must keep our eyes open to the future. For many of us, the fall of '97 means new friends, different experiences, and sometimes new places. It might also mean saying goodbye to your friends and your family. But as you say goodbye to your old friends, also look forward to making new ones. Dwelling only in the past makes living in the present much more difficult. At this point, we have only lived about 1/4 of the average lifespan. 1/4. We may think we know everything there is to know, but that is simply an adolescent delusion. The older you get, the more you know you don't know. It is difficult to comprehend how much we will experience and how much we will learn during the next 3/4 of our lives. We are the future, and we have a responsibility to face forward, ready for whatever challenges that lie ahead. And this must be done with open eyes. It is better that we enter this new phase in our lives as eager and willing participants, willing to accept whatever life has in store, rather than being dragged in, kicking and screaming. Although we were only a year or two old when Lennon died, we can still look to his words as a source of inspiration. Living certainly might be easier with your eyes closed, but the rewards of keeping them open are far greater. Learn from the past, live in the present, look to the future. As we look to the future with our eyes wide open, I wish you the best of luck in all that you do.
Through the daily demonstration,
They laid it on the line for future generations and all of humankind.
Superintendent Connors, members of the Bloomington School Board, it is my pleasure to announce that upon recommendation of the staff of John F. Kennedy High School, I hereby certify that the following members of the class of 1997, upon receipt of their diploma, will have completed all of the requirements set forth by Kennedy High School, the school board, Independent School District 271, and the State of Minnesota's Department of Education, and are entitled to all of the privileges and all of the responsibilities of high school graduates. As noted in the program, please refrain from cheering and applause until all graduates have been awarded their diplomas.
Kevin Michael Abbott.
Troy Anthony Ablin.
Christopher Michael Adelman.
Tresta Adelsgruber.
Omar Abdul Rahman Ali.
Brittany Lynn Anderson.
Alicia Marie Anderson.
Jason M. Anderson.
Chad David Anderson.
Emily Nicole Andron.
Lindsay Nicole Anderson.
Shanaz Baga.
Eric Adam Atkins.
Craig Dale Belinsky.
Samantha Dawn Baker.
Keith Allen Becker.
Matthew Allen Beaver.
Sharda Behari.
Nicole Ann Beckman.
Elizabeth Kathleen Bergen.
Angela Catherine Berg.
Harmony Lucille Blakeway.
Tara Joe Bianchi.
Andrew Arthur Betcher.
John Peter Blue.
Kelly K. Borg.
Dmitry Alexandrovich Bondarenko.
Aisha N. Breland.
Michael Braxton.
Cheryl Rose Brooks Williams.
Kimberly Lucille Brinkman.
Stephanie Michelle Berg.
Sandra Catherine Brower.
Renee Kathleen Bouchard.
Sean Berg.
Stephen Bjorn Carlander.
Philip John Cannon.
Erica Ann Carlson.
Alyssa Brooke Carlson.
Stacy Joe Carlson.
Noelle Maureen Carlson.
Jimena Andrea Carreño.
Michael James Carr.
Anthony Arturo Castillo.
Patrick John Casey.
Carmen Wei Chan.
Danelle K. Cater.
Amy Catherine Schouch.
Pan Cook Chow.
Lynn Marie Christensen.
Vian Pusai Chintachanma.
Jason Richard Cronus.
Megan Renee Christian.
Nathan John Clausen.
Jessica June Circle.
Brian Allen Cole.
Timothy Michael Clausen.
Dana L. Conzemius.
Matthew Dale Connolly.
Anne Michelle Cunningham.
Barbara Ann Crary.
Kristen Marie Dahl.
Amber Willow Curtis.
Douglas John DeMuth.
Charles E. Davis, Jr.
Ryan Allen Disrude.
Joseph Milton Denig.
Anne Marie Docken.
Emily Suzanne Dowling.
Michael Joseph Dugan.
Michael Paul Carr Ducharme.
Molly Marie Edlund.
Marie Christine Dvorak.
David James Elm.
Jacqueline Marie Ekstrom.
Lori Ann Erickson.
Christina Edmondson.
Sarah Naomi Erickson.
Brian R. Idem.
Anthony Faust.
Abby Louise Emmerich.
Srimalka Marian Delu Fernando.
Rachel C. Erickson.
Brian James Phillip,
Christopher Michael Urvasti,
Anne V. Flores,
Nicholas Paul Feist,
Brandy T. Fountain,
Jeanette Aline Finstad,
John Paul Fredine,
Georgia Lurleen Ford,
Terry Renee Fry,
Maurice Terrence Frazier,
Jennifer M. Garrity,
Jody Lynn Fry,
Joya Marie Gentili,
Joseph J. Garbino III,
Allison Marie Gaucher,
Jonathan Kurt Gensmer,
Mary Catherine Graw,
Michelle Dion Gilbertson,
Indre Grazaluniate,
Amy Christine Goodwin,
Thomas Bradley Gunstead,
Matthew Thomas Gove,
Benjamin Guth,
Brian James Gray,
Laura Megan Handy,
Latoya Faith Gross,
Matthew Michael Hansen,
Valerie Rose Gussie,
Charles Edward Hartman,
Jennifer Eileen Halliday,
Robert Martin Haskin,
Ryan Allen Hansen,
Tiffany Dale Housechild,
Brandon Zisson Harris,
Trent Cameron Heiss,
Michelle M. Harview,
Melissa Joy Hendricks,
Kelly Amanda Hauer,
Daniel Dean Hendricks,
Kimberly Marie Hayes,
Gretchen Anna Herman,
Jason Ray Heights,
Sean Sims,
Eric John Hendrickson,
Deborah Christine Hins,
Nicholas A. Henkels,
Tyrone Holm,
Jamie Lynn Hilferty,
Patience Lee Howard,
Jennifer Marie Hingus,
Paul Michael Huber,
Jason Jeff Hollenbeck,
Megan L. Hewitt,
David Chiata Hong,
Nu Quang Nguyen,
Danielle Lucille Che Ruska,
Amanda Rose Ergang,
Pa Lai Hoi,
Claire Ann Jarvis,
Baunak Vu Win,
Aaron C. Johnson,
Fu Ten Win,
Kelly Ann Johnson,
Amy Leanne Johnson,
Paul Irvin Johnson,
James J. Johnson,
Stephen Allen Johnson,
Matthew R. Johnson,
Miranda Ray Jopp,
Sean Murray Johnson,
Christine M. Kalsher,
Mary Elizabeth Jones,
Jessica Marie Campa,
Flora Mary Jumbi,
Sheila Lynette Kevitt,
Joseph Michael Cambites,
Mark Cowpersuth,
Christopher J. Carner,
John David Jensted,
Aklima Khan,
Jennifer Lynn Kohler,
Amy Elizabeth Keelis,
Jill Ann Jeanette Kunz,
Heidi Lynn Cook,
Jennifer Marie LaFontaine,
David James Kojal,
Vicki Lynn Lambert,
Jill Marie Lacourcier,
Sanuk Lau,
Deborah Sue LaJeunesse,
Chad Allen Larson,
Andrew John Larson,
Dan Lawrence Lathrop Jr.,
Laura Lynn Larson,
Wah Si Lee,
Kathy Gari Lau,
Christina Ann Lemus,
Trin Tui Lee,
Kari Ann Linder,
Rebecca Ann Lean,
Kelly J. Lindquist,
Melissa Ann Lindholm,
Garnetta Patrice Lohman,
Anna Christine Linker,
Kara Lynn Michelik,
Tan Phuc Ma,
Stephanie L. McPhail,
Marcy D. McBee,
Carrie Ann Martini,
Christopher Michael Magnuson,
Martin D. Markshausen,
Carrie Jean Martonic,
Joel Peter Matuszewski,
Anthony Wayne Mather,
Corn Aaron McAuliffe,
Kelly Catherine Marin,
Ryan David McGahey,
Patrick Michael McConnell,
Malte S. Meisner,
Aaron Robert Meaden,
Carrie Ann Meyering,
Leah Rochelle Merrifield,
Andrea Laura Michelson,
Titus Miripiri,
Troy Nathaniel Midbow,
Molly Jo Ray Mickelson,
Mark Andrew Mishke,
William Eric Miller,
Tony Joy Mitchell,
Stephen Lewis Mizvar,
Jeannie Louise Monroe,
Hafsabibi D. Moji,
Samantha Mary Moss,
Jessica Lynn Mork,
Corey Allen Murray,
Anessa Jane Mulligan,
Nathan Wade Newman,
Jared Andrew Nelson,
Vin Tai No,
Patricia Puigan Ing,
Kwang Si Win,
Han Kim Win,
Zachary Paul Nichols,
Megan Lee Novotny,
Joshua J. O'Brien,
Sarah E. Ortelt,
Jeremy Ray Olszewski,
Joshua Gordon Olerud,
Amanda Jean Oliver,
Carista D. Olson,
Catherine Ann Olson,
Eric B. Olson,
Seth Monroe Olson,
David John Orban,
Curtis James Osweiler,
Wendy Jo Otremba,
Artie Jantalal Pandya,
Carly Jo Pangburn,
Aaron Wallace Parker,
Amy Marie Pash,
Nathan Ross Paul,
Jeremy John Paulson,
Melissa Jo Pauley,
Janice Susan Pavick,
Judy Ray Pennell,
Tika Day I'm Amy Prasad,
Kelly Marie Peterson.
Lexi Jean Peterson.
Mara Danielle Peterson.
Noel Austin Peterson.
Tanya Marie Peterson.
James Michael Petrie.
Win Tram T. Pham.
Francisco Plaza.
Jeffrey Scott Plummer.
Shawanda Kiare Polk.
Zachary Abel Polfus.
Heather Ray Prantner.
Amanda Lee Prestegard.
Paul W. Ramberg.
Corey Reagan.
Rochelle Mary Ramey.
Adam Price Ramerth.
Allison Nadine Renke.
Brent Walter Rabishke.
Sean Allen Rossabo.
Anthony Vincent Ross.
Elisa Marie Ruiz.
Stephen Jean Ruff.
Nicholas M. Samuelson.
Joshua Daniel Rupert.
Ellen Marie Schmieg.
Michael James Sanchez.
Tiffany Ann Servian.
Jason Kevin Schultz.
Brian A. Sean.
Elizabeth Sarah Shank.
Krista Lynn Shirley.
Jenny Ann Shepro.
Rupal Haren Schroff.
John William Shirley.
Molly Carey Skoog.
Mirjan Assad Serdar.
Amanda Ray Smith.
Susan M. Slattery.
Catherine Louise Smith.
Donald C. Smith IV.
Camra Lynn Snell.
Ryan David Smith.
Dana Marie Specht.
Andrew James Sorum.
Kazimir Stadler.
Sarah Jean Spencer.
Justin R. Stroop.
Elizabeth J. Stillman.
Renee Ellen Sennell.
Mayuwai Suba.
Pearl Heather Swift.
Nicole Janine Swecker.
Allison Marie Talley.
Vanessa Marie Talberg.
Shelley Ann Thompson.
Shanique Yadet Talley.
Benjamin M. Timlin.
Jeffrey D. Tiller.
Rebecca Jane Ubel.
Timothy William Tutko.
Ubang B. Usoro.
Otto Obang Boniface Usoro.
Christopher A. Verkota.
Viliporn Val Bongsai.
Matthew Paul Walters.
Michelle Marie Wallace.
Mary Rose Walls.
Bradley John Walls.
Sarah Ann Weber.
Jeffrey David Watkins.
Holly Marie Weiland.
Patrick Mark Walton.
Sarah Ann Weinberg.
Keith Richard Williams.
Paula Christine Witzak.
Matthew Thomas Winters.
Vanessa Ming Wong.
Rebecca Ann Wolf.
Renee Michelle Wood.
Jason Carlton Wood.
Kimberly Susan Wirtz.
Katie Janai Wright.
Katie J. Young.
Sahin Miriam Yamene.
Kelly Lee Yuriko.
Tanel Marie Yetson.
Michael D. Christensen.
And Nathan Philip Zook. Nice job.
To